Look closely at this piazza on any given afternoon, and you will find a tightly packed sea of people elbowing for a view. Every year, these crowds throw roughly €1 million into that water, one coin at a time. The crowding has become so intense that starting in early 2026, the city is implementing a €2 ticketing system just to step down to the inner basin. What was once a modest neighborhood public monument now operates as a highly regulated transactional destination. The fountain has become a hostage to its own mythology. The tossing ritual is practiced with militant precision. 1 coin, you return to Rome. 2 coins, new romance. 3 coins, marriage. You might assume this is a deeply rooted Roman superstition. It is actually the plot device of a 1954 Hollywood movie called 3 Coins in the Fountain. Millions of visitors stand at the water's edge every year, acting out a cinematic trope, unaware they are performing movie magic. But if we look past this manufactured romance, the stone itself tells a very different story. A 30-year saga of political chaos and architectural spite. We have to rewind to 1730. The Baroque era decided Rome needed a spectacle, and Pope Clement XII launched an open design competition for the city's grandest fountain. A foreign architect reportedly won the initial bid. The Roman public immediately rioted at the idea of an outsider designing their monument. To appease the furious crowds, the papacy reassigned the commission to a local named Nicola Salvi, a man in his 30s who had never built anything on this massive scale. To pay for all that expensive travertine rockwork, the Vatican turned to a literal papal lottery. Gamblers essentially funded the construction. The Trevi was built on a foundation of political damage control and gambling revenue. That lottery money is carved right into the center of the structure. That is the sea god Oceanus, commanding his shell chariot through the cliff. Salvi died before completing it. Over 30 years, the project churned through 4 different sculptors and 5 popes, resulting in 3 separate inauguration ceremonies. But the most revealing detail sits on the right balustrade. See that oversized stone vase? Locals call it the Ace of Cups. Salvi placed it there deliberately to block the view of a local barber who kept annoying him during construction. The physical structure of the Trevi operates as a massive billboard, broadcasting immense papal power while simultaneously settling a petty neighborhood grudge. Strip away the 18th century ego, and you arrive at the real marvel, the water itself. In 19 BC, Augusta's right-hand man, Agrippa, commissioned an aqueduct called the Aqua Virgo. Look at the relief carving on the upper right of the façade. That shows Agrippa approving those original plans, guided by a young virgin who legendary local lore says discovered a hidden spring outside the city. Here is the detail that matters most. The Aqua Virgo is the only ancient Roman aqueduct that still supplies water to the city today. Every splash you hear at this basin has been pouring out of this same source almost continuously since before Christ was born. The grand Baroque stonework is a theatrical mask, decorating a highly functional 2,000-year-old feat of engineering. This chart compares the total population of Rome when the fountain was finished in 1762, around 160,000 people, against the massive volume of tourists who pass through this piazza in a single week today. That staggering foot traffic creates real value. The €3,000 swept from the basin every day go directly to the Catholic charity Caritas to fund programs for Rome's poor. By feeding the city's vulnerable, those Hollywood-inspired wishes actually revive the original civic purpose of Agrippa's aqueduct, providing essential resources for the local people. Right at the edge of this basin, ancient Roman utility, 18th century ego, and modern charity perfectly intersect. So when you finally make your way to the water's edge, you are armed with a completely different perspective on the stone in front of you. You take the coin in your right hand and toss it over your left shoulder. Make your wish and walk away without looking back. Because even if this massive structure is a 30-year advertisement, it successfully sells a 2,000-year-old legacy.